Have you ever said something that you later regretted? This is a common experience for many of us. Being able to express your thoughts and opinions is a valuable skill indeed, but sometimes silence can be a sign of wisdom. Knowing when it's best to remain silent can help you avoid unnecessary arguments, maintain trust, and show respect for others. Here are 9 situations when it's best to choose silence. Situation number 1. Overwhelming emotions. In moments of anger or frustration, when emotions are overwhelming, it's often best not to say anything. Under the influence of strong feelings, we can lose control and become less rational, leading to words we later regret. Silence prevents statements that can't be taken back. It protects relationships during difficult times by giving you a chance to process emotions before expressing them. By holding back, you avoid destroying relationships and dealing painful blows. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings. It means choosing the right time and place to express them. Allow emotions to subside before saying something on impulse. Avoid hasty reactions that can escalate conflict when patience and restraint are required. Situation number 2. Lack of knowledge. If you do not have complete information on the topic under discussion, it is best to refrain from commenting. Stating incomplete or inaccurate information can spread misinformation and embarrass you. Silence allows you to continue listening and learning until you are ready to form an informed opinion. This applies to discussions on topics you are not knowledgeable about, questions you don't have answers to, or situations where you haven't yet gathered all the facts. The old adage, "It is better to remain silent and be known as a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt," does apply. If you lack knowledge, it is better to be silent, listen and learn, and then contribute when you are ready. Silence in such cases is not a sign of ignorance, but rather shows a desire to learn and grow. This allows you to gather the information you need and share your thoughts with confidence when the time is right. Situation number 3. When your words can damage the reputation of others. Personal attacks or negative comments about other people usually don't have the desired effect. Such remarks can undermine not only someone else's reputation, but your own as well as your relationships with others. People are often wary of those who spread negativity about others. While there are constructive ways to address concerns and provide criticism, impulsively expressing dissatisfaction can lead to disrespect and conflict. While candor is sometimes necessary, it is always worth evaluating the possible consequences of your words. It is important to remember that words carry weight and once said can leave a lasting impact, changing perceptions and relationships for years to come. Situation number 4. When receiving constructive criticism. Receiving criticism or negative feedback can trigger a strong desire to defend your actions. However, a quick response can make the situation worse instead of leading to a helpful discussion. In these moments, silence allows you to take in the information without a defensive reaction. You should only respond after you have fully listened to your interlocutor and considered what he or she is saying, asking clarifying questions if necessary. The ability to remain silent while accepting criticism demonstrates self-control and emotional maturity, shows your professionalism and desire to grow. Silence alone does not solve the problem, but it creates the basis for meaningful and constructive dialogue. It gives time for reflection and allows you to form a response that will contribute to your personal and professional development and improve your relationships. Silence in response to criticism can also be a sign of respect for the other person's opinion, showing that you are willing to listen carefully and consider different points of view. This creates an atmosphere of openness and willingness to collaborate, which is key to building strong and sustainable professional relationships. Situation number 5. When interacting with legal authorities. In situations where you are faced with issues that require legal attention, it is wise to exercise your right to remain silent. Anything you say can be construed against you, even if you believe you are innocent. Law enforcement officers may use a variety of tactics to get a confession from you. By remaining silent, you minimize the risk of accidentally incriminating yourself or others. Do not feel compelled to answer questions without proper thought or to provide an on-the-spot explanation. Your right to remain silent is preserved until you have had an opportunity to consult with a lawyer. This action can protect you and ensure that any further action is taken with a proper understanding of your rights and responsibilities. Silence in response to legal questions is not a sign of guilt, but rather a strategy to ensure that your rights are respected and preserved. It also prevents the possibility of inadvertently creating evidence that could be used against you in the future. Situation number 6. When you are confident in your position, sometimes you need to make decisions that are non-negotiable. This may involve managing the behavior of a naughty child or enforcing a new corporate policy. In these cases, long discussions can undermine your authority and create confusion. When you have already weighed all the options and made a decision, it is better to state your position clearly and concretely, avoiding endless debate. Show that your decision is final and requires no excuses. Your silence after the decision is announced emphasizes that the matter is closed and you are ready to move on. This approach demonstrates determination and the ability to stand behind your beliefs, which is important for maintaining the respect and trust of others. Silence at such times is not a sign of stubbornness, but rather reflects your confidence in the decision and your willingness to take responsibility for it. It also avoids unnecessary arguments and preserves the integrity of your leadership and direction. Situation number 7. When your opinion may not be appropriate. In life and career, we are continuously learning and evolving, which influences the formation of our views. However, our knowledge and experience is not always relevant or valued in a particular situation. When you join an established team or project, you are faced with an established culture and ways of working where new ideas may be resisted. Speaking your mind without fully understanding the context can lead to misunderstandings. The same applies to suggesting improvements without direct experience in the field. To earn trust, it is important to first actively listen and understand. Sometimes it is better to withhold commentary, realizing that your opinion will not benefit the discussion. In such cases, silence is valuable, allowing you to better understand others and enrich your inner world with knowledge and understanding. Not only does it foster deeper understanding, but it also allows you to frame your arguments more convincingly when the time comes to share your ideas. Silence in such circumstances can also show respect for the processes already in place and the people who have implemented them. This gives you the opportunity to observe and learn before suggesting changes based on a deep understanding of the situation. Situation number 8. When confidentiality is required. When you are trusted with personal information or a secret, it is important to show respect for privacy and remain silent. Ethical standards, moral principles, and sometimes legal requirements imply a need for confidentiality regarding personal data, financial information, legal advice, corporate secrets, and other matters that are intended for a limited audience. Without explicit authorization to share such information, you must keep it private, without discussion or disclosure. There may be exceptions where disclosure is necessary to prevent serious harm, but as a general rule, confidentiality should be a priority. Maintaining confidentiality is a sign of trust and respect for the privacy of others and promotes a safe and secure environment for open communication. This behavior emphasizes your trustworthiness and strengthens trusting relationships, which can be invaluable in the long run. Situation number 9. When silence becomes an expression of respect. Sometimes the most valuable response is silence that expresses deep respect and consideration for the other person. It allows you to consider someone else's experience and perspective without violating their personal space. In moments of grief, reflection, or prayer, silence creates space for introspection and self-expression without interrupting the flow of another's thoughts and feelings. When people share their experiences, silence becomes a sign of respect and support, allowing them to feel heard and understood. The ability to remain silent in a new cultural or spiritual setting can also show your respect for traditions and customs that are unfamiliar to you. Being silent in these situations gives you the opportunity to observe, learn, and fully participate when the time is right. Being present without words allows meaningful moments and emotions to resound more vividly without distraction. Recognizing when silence is the best choice demonstrates your wisdom and emotional maturity. Developing this skill through meaningful attention and practice is an investment in yourself that will benefit you in many aspects of your life. Embracing the power of restraint can be a valuable tool on your path to personal growth and professional success. Silence can be a sign of deep sympathy and empathy when words seem inadequate. It allows the moment to be fully experienced, recognizing the gravity of the situation without attempting to diminish it. In these moments, silence can be a bridge that connects hearts when words can divide. Thus, silence is not the absence of communication, but rather its most powerful form in certain contexts. Thank you for watching.